All right, hello, welcome. It's me, Ken, here, a part of my whimsical world of Zen. And as you can see, no toque, super dark happening right here. This is my tan. And yeah, so you made it to the finals of the tournament. And well, what can I tell you? I can't seem to find the video for who won. That being said, I definitely know who won. I picked it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, first of all, before I get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me on this journey across the entire year. So many, over 100 albums and all these videos. I think it's like 60 videos. And man, what a trip it's been. So, yeah, we had the winner there, of course, of the music round, and that was Green Day Saviors and versus Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs, Virgins, Misfits, and Vagabonds, or some sort of order like that. And spoiler alert, I'm just going to give it to you. And the winner of Album of the Year is Green Day Saviors. And the way, I said earlier to pick this winner was we were going to do the music round, and we talked about that and, all the great musicianship on all the albums. But then for the finals, I say the majority of society really thinks that the lyrics are most important. I certainly know some lyricists that do. Anyways, for me, it's all about music. For me, the music is what takes me to where I want to be. But that being said, for this tournament, lyrics got it. So we had Green Day Savior and Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs, and Virgins, Vagabonds, and Misfits. And man, they're both absolutely awesome albums. That's why they're in the final. If you haven't heard them, check it out. They're both fantastic. Getting into the lyrics, I think Mike Campbell's, he's a writer with Tom Petty as well, and I think this kind of goes for Tom Petty's music also, where I love Thomas Petty so much, and the Heartbreakers. They're great, and it's the music that takes me there. It's not the lyrics. Although I know tons of Tom Petty songs, I wouldn't suggest that any of the lyrics on any of the songs are really like, yeah, that hits me. Maybe even the losers get lucky sometimes. But it's just a little line here and there. Story wise, not so much. I feel like, Tom and Mike are such great songwriters that, they've written thousands and thousands of songs. And what they do is they'll come up with a concept in their brain, perhaps speculation. I'm not friends with these guys. Or am I? But anyways, it's like storytelling, whether she was, about an American Girl or whatever. It's storytelling, not so much personal experience. I'm sure there's some in there, tightly wound in a grander story. Where the Green Day record, I really feel like this is a story of Billy Joe and his own life story is kind of what I'm getting to. He's had tons of addiction problems and all that kind of stuff. Many relapses and things like that. And I feel like this album is about that journey for the most part. And being in the music community myself, I know tons of people that have addiction issues and have had the real struggle of rock and roll. And I think that is what this album Saviors was about. So it really hit home to me lyrically, and like I say, I really believed where Billy Joe was coming from in the experiences that I believe are his. Whereas Mike Campbell's, I don't necessarily think that the songs are about him or about experiences that he has had, but just great songs, storytelling, as it were. So that's the reason why I picked Green Day. We already talked about the music. The music is great on both albums, just absolutely fantastic. And here we are. Yeah. So the lyrics, the round, Green Day, Saviors. Funny enough, I already mentioned this, but the very first record I started in January of 2024 was this album. So complete full circle, which is awesome spiritually and just mathematically, geometrically. That's not a word, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not going to do the same thing in 2025. It was quite the project. Holy moly! But I'm absolutely grateful that I got to hear so many great records. And, going into this, it was kind of like so many of my musician friends talk about how good music just isn't being made anymore. It's 70s and earlier, maybe some 80s for some guys. But, the proof is in the pudding. and I've ate a lot of pudding this year. And I'll tell you what, musicians out there, stop it. You know, it's you. It's you. You're just not trying anymore. Try, get out there, listen to new music, have a great time, and I'm having a great time. Guys, thank you again. Once again, Green Day, Saviors, Album of the Year. I'll see you in another video, and I hope you're all well. Thank you. Peace.